Blessings, everyone. Welcome to Sacred Creators. I'm Sarah. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're not, welcome back. Today, I'm going to speak about intuition and my personal experience with intuition, being on this spiritual, recognizing myself as a spiritual being. I've been messing about with different kind of experiments, and obviously in my studied with different mentors and teachers, not necessarily in real life, but I mean with books or through videos and other teachings through different people and my own personal studies. And an example that I have for today is recently I have had to file for my taxes for a self-employment business tax. And the reason why, it's actually a little bit early to submit actually, but the reason why I want to do it is because I want to buy a house. And in order to buy a house, they need to evaluate how much money that you earn, so that they can see your employment status and they can see that you're earning enough money to be able to keep up with the payments and blah, blah, blah. So in doing this, I have had an estimate on my taxes, and you know, it's fine. You know, it's what I was expecting. And I thought that this would be a perfect opportunity to attract or assume that I have this certain amount of money, because what I'm starting to find is that I have experimented with different sums of money and trying to manifest different sums of money, and to be honest, I have not done so yet. I have not hit my target yet, although from looking at my accounts and from comparing the amount of money that I have had in previous years, from a certain time period, that I have actually been growing economically, which is great. However, I have not seen the sum that I have been asking for come to me or appear in a lump sum or manifest in any kind of way. So I feel like that is because it is this kind of like wishy-washy, lofty idea, even though I really, really want it. The first thing is that I don't have an attachment to it, which is great, because attachment creates the energy that I don't have it, which creates a repelling energy. But I think it is because, you know, when they say asking is given, so I want to try and in a different way where I ask for a specific amount of money because I really need it, not because I think it will be nice. Also, when I have been trying to manifest large amount of money, I haven't really known what exactly I want it specifically for. I just know that that amount of money will be able to pay all of my bills. I'll be able to, you know, buy the food that I want, have nice dinners, maybe go on a vacation and treat myself and treat others, and have enough money to save over and, you know, buy a car, you know, this kind of stuff, and maintain a car, but nothing too specific. So my experiment now is going specific. So I'm gone with this specific number, which is the number that I got from an estimate from an accountant that I would need for my tax return. And yesterday, around it could have been between 4 and 6 o'clock, I said that I'm asking for this amount of money to come instantly or within 24 hours. And I'm sharing with this to you as an experiment that I'm doing, and then we can go through it to see, you know, if it happens or if it doesn't happen. And I have a few things that I want to say about the journey so far and about things that have come up in the meantime. The first thing is, when I said that, I understood that I had to let go of all kinds of resistance within my thoughts. Of course, I have resistance maybe lingering somewhere in my subconscious that I'm unaware of, but the ones that I am aware of are the ones that are running through my mind, the ones that I'm thinking about, I'm feeling when I meet people, when I'm doing stuff. And I've been more sensitive towards the way that I feel and the way that I think towards people, towards places, things, my own thoughts. You know, doing my best to let them go, let those the thoughts that are repelling or creating friction within me to just dissipate and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna let go of this right now. And first of all, it feels great to be able to do that, or to be able to be in a position to have the ability to let go, because I know that I have a greater cause coming up, and it's not worth it for me to hold on or to be attached to this situation or what happened to me, because there is something much greater coming towards me. And the more that I ruminate on those things, is the more resistance that I create from the good that is coming to come into my life. So that has come with me feeling more relaxed, more at ease with myself, and also like that is a great reward, because even if I get the money or not, I have less resistance in my life. I'm a lot calmer. I'm kind of in this like sleepy kind of state. I'm allowing things to happen to me in a way that feels good. I'm choosing the way I think and feel. I go more general with my thoughts, with my emotion. If I do get a little bit more specific and I do run against any kind of anxiety, I'm able to take a step back, appreciate something that is around me, or see the greater picture and focus on something else for that time or for the rest of the day, or whatever that looks like. Anything that is causing resistance in my life, not in a way to avoid it, but just to let it go until I'm in more of a neutral and grounded mood. And then if it is something that is, you know, that I need to deal with, then I feel a lot better for it, approaching it. So that has been really good. And the second thing is not creating a plan and not overthinking about it. So if it comes up naturally, I feel grounded in the fact that I know that it's here, I know that it's coming, it's on its way, it's here, it's fine. And also I got the hunch, Florence Scovel Shin, if you don't know about her, put her name in the Google search. She was a metaphysician and an illustrator and artist. I think in maybe like the late 1800s. You have to check it out. And she speaks a lot about hunches, which is basically intuition, which is what we're speaking about today. And that her recommendation is, when you ask for things, just start to naturally follow the hunches that come along with it, and also do actions that are in alignment with the things that you want. So for example, when I created the ask for this certain amount of money, I made in my phone, there is like a page where I can create a separate pot, and I can start putting money in there. I've got a pot for my savings, I've got a pot for like food, I've got a pot for my, you know, my living costs and all kinds of stuff. So I made a pot called tax return, and so that was one step moving towards it. Then I made the next step of starting to look for places, starting to look for apartments, starting to look for houses, just casually, you know, no pressure or anything on my phone. And then the last hunch was that I was to make a video, and I didn't get any specifics of what this video would be about, but I decided to go with it. And this is something that I've actually wanted to do for a really long time, but kind of put it off because I do watch a lot of YouTube videos and I always get inspired, and I have always wanted to just kind of have my own channel. But I do have the podcast, but just kind of making these videos with my experiments, or, you know, anything that I have felt called to share, or any knowledge that I have that I want to grow and share with an audience and so on. So This one was actually a really big one for me, and I got the download that said, yeah, make a video and post it. Make a video straight from the heart. Like I said, there was no divine guidance on what the video would be about, and you know, potentially I could have asked, but here I am. I didn't ask, I just jumped on. And yeah, so those were the 4 kind of things that I've done so far that have felt natural, that have felt effortless. I haven't had to try, I've just kind of had to yeah, follow my intuition and do as I have been told, and follow things through, and being consistent, and just being patient, and like they say, acting and feeling as if it had already arrived. There had a Amazon package or a package come today, and you know, when you order the package, you don't check all the time. You don't get stressed and worried if the package is or is not going to come. You know, maybe it doesn't, but until it doesn't come after a certain time, you don't necessarily check. So you just act normal, you just carry on with your day. And sometimes you might think about it, but you're not thinking about it in a kind of stressed way. It runs across your mind, and maybe you get pleasure from it. Maybe it is an item that you have been wanting to get for ages, or you know, it will provide a great service in your home or to your life, and you think about having it and how cool and easy your life will be with it. And that, I see, is the kind of attitude that I need to have with the things that I want. So we're almost entering the 24-hour stage. I think it was definitely before, it was light outside, but I feel like it could have been 5 o'clock, but let's say it was not later than 6 o'clock. It is 2:35 now, so I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna post this video, and then I'm going to just see what happens. Yeah. So thank you for listening. It was an honor to share this with you. I love to share my experiences to make things like manifestation or spirituality, anything in this plane, to be effortless and a lot easier, and to shed some light on ways that can make our lives feel more pleasurable and fulfilling, with less frustration, with less restriction, and be more open and blissful and liberal with the things that we want, because we can have what we want, but there is literally a science behind it. I am not an expert, but I'm here to share with you my experience. Okay, I love you. See you soon. Bye.